There's only one opponent that you face every day. It's the person that you look at in the mirror. It's you. It's not the world. It's the version of you that doubts, fears, delays, procrastinates, run away from yourself, and the one that disconnects. Again, that's you. So, this is the journey of you facing your shadow, looking at your reflection, addressing the inner war that's going on inside of you, and choosing to rise. It's you versus you. And this is your way back to yourself. So, you want to address the conflict that's within you, right? You see, a lot of us carry two versions of ourselves. It's the one that's trying to grow and the one that's afraid to change. So the tension between the two isn't really necessarily considered as a weakness. It's actually a sign that you're ready for the next level in your life. If you have this inner conflict, this back and forth with what's right and what isn't, what is aligned with your true self and what isn't, that is your inner self saying that you need to address and decide which side you're going to be on. You're not able to be on both sides of the fence, not at the same time. So you have to decide on which side, which version of you are you going to be on, right? If you decide your true version, then that is your way of freedom, of liberation. Because you can't put new wine in old wineskin. It only makes sense to put new wine in new wineskin, right? So it's like when you lose weight, the clothes that you used to wear no longer fit. So it only makes sense to then purchase clothes that fit where you are, or purchase clothes when you get to your ideal weight so that you're wearing the clothes that you want to wear and it fits your body. Same premise. You have to decide on which side you're going to be on. Because your old self will always pull you back. But your higher self will always want for you to move forward. It's you deciding on which side you're going to be on. So, facing the inner critic, the one that's afraid to change, the voice that's telling you that you're not enough, you're not worthy, or that it's afraid to move forward, or all of these what ifs or what about, and all of these questions, right? To keep you in this place, this old place. It says that you're not capable, you're not loved, right? That voice seems to be a lot louder than your higher self, because the higher self is going to speak in love, and it's usually a soft voice. But you have to understand the difference between the two and choose which one you're going to listen to. So if it's the loud critic, the bully inside of you, understand that that loud critic and bully inside of you is not the truth. And it's important that you name it so that you're disarming its control over you. So, if in fact you move through life and you seem to operate out of anxiety and fear and all of this other stuff that's unhealed, then that's that loud critic inside of you trying to keep you in bondage. but you have to name it. Shine the light on it. Because once you shine the light on it and you name it, then you begin to have power over it. You're able to see it. You're aware of it. Once you become aware of it and naming it as the name that it is, be it if it's fear, anxiety, whatever it may be, then you want to now alchemize that. What does that mean? That means taking that same thing, the anxiety, whatever it may be, fear, and however you would have operated out of that behavior, you're now going to do the opposite. So if it was fear keeps you what? In bondage, which means you don't try new things. You are afraid to venture out, whatever it may be. You're going to do the opposite of that. And then tune into that quiet, warm, loving voice inside of you. That nurturing voice inside of you, encouraging you to step out and do something different, the opposite of what you've done in the past that kept you in bondage. Listen to the small, soft voice inside of you that's full of love, encouragement, the opposite of the loud bully, the loud critic, right? Choosing growth over what's familiar. We stay oftentimes as humans in what's familiar because we become comfortable in it, even if it's chaos, even if it's unhealthy, because you've operated in and out of that for so long that is what you relate to. That's what you've allowed yourself to relate to. Doesn't mean that it's healthy for you. It's just that you're used to doing and operating a certain way that you've become comfortable. Comfort keeps you stuck in old patterns. It keeps you stuck in the familiar. But growth, however, growth invites expansion, newness. I use the word liberation. Liberation means freedom. Freedom to be able to move in purpose, with purpose, intentionally. Which means you begin to step into courage. As opposed to operating in fear, you become courageous. When you stop negotiating with fear, right? It's not a negotiation. It's you making a choice to decide what version of you are you going to choose. And then changing how you see fear. So as opposed to seeing fear as something that's scary, you have the choice and the power to redefine it. So fear is spelled F-E-A-R, which means something that's scary, right? So let's look at fear from a different perspective. So let's spell it this way. F for feeling. E, excited. A, and R, ready. So you are now redefining how you view fear. As opposed to it being scary, you'll redefine it as feeling excited and ready. Feeling excited and ready to face the old version of you saying no more and lovingly accept the new version of you because you're now feeling excited and ready to do that and move forward in life. You have the power to redefine yourself, redefine your reality, redefine your life. Now, redefining all of that is about healing the relationship that you have with yourself. When you think about the relationship that you have with yourself, is it a healthy relationship? Here are a few examples of what a healthy relationship with yourself looks like. You support yourself. You love yourself from a healthy place, not from a place of ego, but from a healthy place. Your self-esteem is healthy. Your confidence in yourself is high because you believe in you. You rarely let yourself down, which means the goals that you set in place, you honor those goals by what? Accomplishing them. Be it if it's from your spirituality, your health, physical body, whatever it may be, whatever those goals are, you show up. You're showing up for yourself, honoring yourself, honoring the sacredness of who you are. So, the opposite of having a healthy relationship with yourself is self-betrayal. It's unhealthy. And it could show up in small ways, causing you to dismiss your needs, not accomplishing your goals, not keeping the commitment that you've made to yourself and for yourself. You don't keep those commitments. You tend to be more committed to others than you are to yourself. But healing and having this healthy relationship with yourself means that you're showing up consciously and consistently and constantly. The 3 C's: consciously, consistently, and constantly, for this version of you, this new version of you, this healthier version of you. Creating this confidence in yourself because, again, you're showing up for you. Becoming your biggest ally. The most powerful shift happens when you stop being your own enemy. When you stop getting in your own way, when you stop self-sabotaging, when you stop speaking to yourself negatively. It's no point for you to be your own enemy. There's enough outside forces that are already challenging to deal with. So it only makes sense that you become your biggest and best ally, best friend, best support system, biggest cheerleader. You should be your biggest believer in yourself and become an advocate for yourself. Staying committed to your needs, to your goals, to what aligns with you. This is when transformation begins, right? This is this inner legacy that you're building for yourself. You versus you was never about destruction. Unless you're tearing down the old you, getting rid of the old you so that you're able to walk into the new version of who you are, that side of you that's waiting for you to step up. It's about integration, building a stronger inner foundation for yourself. You win by choosing the version of you that believes in you, believes in your healing, and believes in your positive expansion of your life, believes in the higher power that lives in you. This is a way back to yourself. And that way back to yourself starts now. So I'm going to ask you this. What version of you are you ready to let go of? What version of you is no longer that person? What version of you is no longer aligned with what your true self is leading you towards? What version of you that you know you need to let go, that has kept you in the dark, kept you in unhealthy situations, that have kept you from moving through life softer, lighter, with ease? What version of you no longer works for what you know you should be doing, how you should be living? What version of you are you willing to let go now and never look back? Remembering who you once were, but not looking back to a point that you're interested in going backwards. Because you hold the power to change your life. And you can't look outside of you for that change. Because the change is housed right inside of you. That change is in you already. Tune in to what your inner voice is saying. The one that is speaking to you lovingly. That voice. Get out of your head and into your heart. What does your heart say? What feels most true and aligned for you? Think about that. Think about it. If you know someone that is struggling with their identity, with what the world says that they should be, and what they truly know they should be, I want you to share this video with them. Because at the end of the day, my heart's desire is about inner liberation. It's about understanding that it's you plus you, and it will always equal you. You may add other people into your life to share the experience with you. But at the end of the day, it will always be you. You came into this world alone. Even if you have a twin, you weren't born at the same time. Right? And so you have to think about it from the perspective that if you don't work on yourself, if you don't dig deep, if you don't take the time to find out who you are, everything else around you will not seem aligned. If you are not walking in your true path in your life, being your most authentic self, to experience joy and happiness from the purest place, you will never experience that. My goal is so that you experience life from such a liberated place, no matter what's going on outside of you, the world itself. It's having this inner peace that surpasses all understanding. When you have that much control and power with over yourself, and you do, your inner self, right? And allowing that to be your life. A shift happens because you begin to see what you need to see. It's beyond what's being fed to you. It's beyond what others say, because you're now moving in your true light, your true light, not someone else's. It's you versus you. It's you plus you. It will always come back to you. You have to learn and understand that you are the steward of this life that you're living. It's been given to you as a gift. How are you going to handle your gift? Meaning yourself. How are you going to handle the most precious gift that you've been given? Yes, our children are gifts, and we're going to handle them with care, love, and nurturing and protection. But that same energy that you give to someone else, honoring them, protecting them, nurturing them, it's imperative that you give that to yourself in abundance. Right? So again, this is a way back to your most and truest and highest self. What are you willing to let go of? What version of you no longer fits? And you know it. You know it. No more tug of war. It's time to let go of the old version of you so that you can walk into this more liberated version of yourself. The way back to yourself starts now. I am the host of You Plus You podcast. My name is Markia. Next week, I literally go into what it means to return to yourself and remember who you are, so that you begin to walk in this newness of light as opposed to struggling in the weight and the heaviness of this darkness. I want you to tune in next Thursday. Until then, I want you to be blessed.